Most teams spend their energy negotiating price. They push for discounts, fight over seat counts, and lock in caps on annual increases. But there's another part of every SaaS contract that rarely gets the same attention. And it may matter more when things go wrong. This is about liability caps and why they quietly shape your real risk exposure. When legal and procurement teams review SaaS agreements, the conversation usually centers on the commercial terms. How much does it cost? How many licenses do we need? What happens if the vendor raises prices? These are reasonable questions. But liability clauses sit quietly in the boilerplate, and they define the outer limit of what you can actually recover if a vendor failure causes real damage to your business. Liability caps set the maximum amount a vendor can owe you if something goes seriously wrong. In many standard agreements, that limit is set at 1 year of contract value. That's the ceiling, regardless of how long an outage lasts, how much data is lost, or how significant the downstream business impact turns out to be. The cap is fixed. Your losses don't have to be. Here's where the misalignment starts. Caps are negotiated at the time the contract is signed, before your organization has fully built out its dependency on the platform. But exposure doesn't stay fixed. As your team integrates the vendor more deeply into your workflows, the operational stakes get higher. The cap, however, usually doesn't grow with them. The problem compounds over time. As integrations multiply and workflows become more reliant on the platform, switching costs rise. By year 3 of a vendor relationship, your operational dependency may be 5 to 10 times greater than it was at contract signature. Yet the liability protection in your agreement is often exactly what it was on day 1. The gap between what you're exposed to and what you're protected for keeps growing, silently. This isn't just a single vendor problem. Across a typical enterprise SaaS stack, organizations are relying on 12 to 30 vendors at any given time. But most teams have no central view of where their liability caps stand across that portfolio, and fewer than 10% of those caps are reviewed at renewal. Risk accumulates quietly, contract by contract, with no one tracking the full picture. High-performing procurement and legal teams do this differently. They review liability caps early in the renewal cycle, not at the last minute. They benchmark cap levels against actual operational dependency. They document and push for carve-outs that cover security incidents and data loss specifically, and they renegotiate protection terms before contracts roll forward automatically when they still have leverage. Do your contracts reflect your real risk exposure? Most teams don't know until it's too late. Take 2 minutes to assess your renewal protection maturity at venduris.com/renewal assessment. Understanding where you stand is the first step to closing the gap.